Welcome back to Travel Global. Are you planning on taking that much-awaited trip you've spent countless hours preparing for? Or maybe you had a trip planned that you now have to cancel? To get some peace of mind for your travel adventures, it may be smart to spend a couple extra bucks on getting yourself travel insurance. Most people would reasonably assume that they are insured for all aspects of their trip. However, that's rarely ever the case. Much to the frustration of travelers, insurance coverage can have many loopholes. But here's the good news. This problem can be avoided by understanding what is and what is not covered by travel insurance. So, before you plan your next trip or hop on that plane, watch this video till the very end to find out what travel insurance commonly does not cover. Before we get started, I'd like you to hit that red subscribe button. Pre-existing health issues. As you probably already know, most packages will include emergency medical care, but what you may not know is that pre-existing medical conditions are commonly excluded from many travel insurance policies. This includes any health issues that you may have required attention for prior to traveling, or commencement of the policy. So, if you require treatment related to the condition while traveling, your cost may not be covered. Besides this, something you may want to check before getting travel insurance is that some health insurance plans cover you while you're traveling abroad. But best to call your travel insurance company to confirm the destination of your travel and level of care before leaving on your trip. If you are covered, you may not need to buy any additional insurance. Canceled trips. Sometimes things come up and you have to cancel your trip. While never an expected occurrence, most policies related to trip cancellation only apply if you yourself cancel the trip. But in the case that the tour company you planned your trip with cancels last minute, the insurance company will most likely not cover the cost, including hotel and flight expenses. Of course, you can contact the company itself responsible for the charges to seek compensation or at least a travel voucher to enjoy it at a later date. Pets. If you bring your pets along for the trip and they end up getting an injury, don't expect anything from your travel insurance providers. You'll have to bear the cost yourself. This is also true in the case of service animals, as their vet bills are also not covered by travel insurance, even if it's out of necessity. So, not only is health coverage limited for you, but it also may not cover for a pet that needs medical attention. Instead, look for a pet insurance company and see what assistance they can provide your companion. Pandemics, natural disasters, and other crises. You may have guessed it or recently experienced this one yourself, but travel insurance generally does cover losses due to pandemics or natural disasters, typically only in the case that you made the purchase before the crisis became a known event. Will you be compensated? The date at which the event became a known event may be different depending on your insurance company. Following the above principle, most policies exclude foreseeable contingencies, or existing threats like already known pandemics. Losses due to hurricanes and storms are genuinely covered, but you must make the purchase before the storm is named. Similar rules also apply to other natural disasters, such as an eruptive volcano. If you purchase your trip when the volcano was already erupting, don't expect to be provided coverage for losses resulting from that volcano's activity, lost baggage, and other belongings. Unfortunately, policies related to luggage loss, damage, and delay probably won't really cover everything in your suitcase. Cell phones, passports, and hearing aids are all among the list of items not covered by travel insurance. The loss of luggage for less than 24 hours is also not commonly covered, making it highly inconvenient. The rules require that the luggage must have been lost for at least a day before it can be covered by insurance. To make matters more confusing, if you lose your belongings or they get stolen, you must report the incident to the local police within 24 hours while also notifying your insurance provider. Failure to do so might result in your claim being rejected. Medical treatment abroad. If you are traveling exclusively for the purpose of getting medical treatment outside your resident country, medical tourism, most trip insurance companies will not cover you for any issues that may arise. So before you book your trip, call both your travel and health insurance companies to understand what will be and won't be covered. Mental health issues. Like physical health, Mental health also faces limitation when it comes to getting coverage from trip insurance companies. Coverage for mental illnesses and related emergencies is often not included. Sadly, most insurance companies don't believe mental health is worthy of getting coverage. If on your trip, you suffer some mental health issues, including self-harm injuries, you're going to have to meet the cost yourself. Schizophrenia, depression, bipolar disorder, and other psychiatric disorders are not covered by most policies. However, in some cases, health insurance policies may cover the above conditions, if hospitalization is mandatory. Extreme sports. Sorry, adventurous travelers. If you sustain an injury on your trip because you took part in some extreme sports or activities, you can't depend on your travel insurer to make up for the loss or injury. In some cases, the insurance policy may specifically list down certain activities they consider too dangerous, such as mountain climbing, bungee jumping, parasailing, backcountry skiing, snowboarding, or jet skiing. Some policies take this a notch higher, exempting any sports that involve bodily contact. So, before you go on your skydiving adventure, make sure you've got your facts straight by checking the fine print on your travel insurance policy. Pregnancy and childbirth. A common exclusion amongst most insurance policies. If you're expecting or giving birth to a baby while on your trip, your package will most probably not take care of expenses due to childbirth. Some policies, however, do provide coverage for complications related to pregnancy or childbirth. If you're planning to travel while pregnant, make sure to check this point in advance to avoid problems later. War and war-torn countries. Areas and countries declared to be unsafe by the government and media are typically excluded from insurance coverage. Your insurer may think that these countries are too dangerous for you to visit. If you're unsure if your travel destination is considered dangerous or not, best to call them and ask for a list of countries where you don't qualify for coverage. On the other hand, if war breaks out in the country planned on traveling to, and if you have to travel your trip or modify plans, you're on your own to cover the cost of your expenses. So what did you think of today's video? Let us know in the comment section below if it helped you understand what your travel insurance companies may or may not cover on your next trip. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next video. See you next time!